Hello folks, welcome back. I'm hoping you're doing well, wherever you are. Now, to start with, do you really believe that Jubaland forces have occupied Mandera? Because you see, the government came out, gun blazing, refuting this claim, saying that there is no Jubaland forces. In fact, Murkomen even accused Gachagua na Kalonzo Musyoka of, inciting the public.
Na mimi nataka kushukuru former waziri Matiangi kwa sababu amejiweka kwa njia ambayo ameheshimu ile ofisi amewahi kuwa waziri kama mimi. Hakuna siku nitatoka hiyo ofisi alafu wakati muda wangu umeisha nimetoka kwa hiyo ofisi niende niongee kiholela kuhusu security ya nchi. Nimeona wale wamewahi kushika ofisi za juu. Vice President Kalonzo, former Vice President wa Munyoro, wanaenda kuongea uko nje kiolela mambo ya usalama. Wanatafutia siasa ya pesa nani mambo ya usalama. Kweli tumekuwa na bahati mbaya kwamba watu kama hawa wamewahi kukaa kwa National Security Council. Mtu umewahi kukaa kwa National Security Committee. Huwezi enda kuongea kiolela mambo ya uongo ili kuharibia nchi yako. Mimi nataka kusema hapa wazi.
You see now, even you have seen chiefs from Mandera, skiza.
Ya Boda Point 1, wanafunzi wako darasani wakihudhuria masomo ya asubuhi.
Since the beginning of the term, this school had no issues and in fact the school has been running very well. Yes. In Mandera what we have is 68 secondary schools and 368 primary schools. All the schools I can confirm to you are very operational and we have no interference with the issue of this Jubaland in our institutions.
Shule haijawahi kuwa mkazi wa askari wala haijawahi kuwa mkazi wa kundi lolote.
We know what it means when it touches on the security of the people of Mandera County and the people of this country. So kwa hivyo leo tunataka tuambie Bwana Murkomen, tunataka tuone ya kwamba hatua zimechukuliwa. Wale wanajeshi wa Somaliland watolewe kule Mandera, wananchi wa Mandera wakae kwa usalama. Mtawaombea jamani. Na tutake tusikie Murkomen, jambo hili linaguza waziri wa ulinzi. Does this country have a CS of defense or not?
It is unconstitutional, it is unethical for this government to allow men armed, bearing arms, to cross and violate our sovereignty, and then you pretend nothing is happening. So I hope they have heard me, because now nikiongea mambo haya, I speak with authority, with experience, and with knowledge, and I dare anybody contradict that. Hiyo sio maneno ya kimzaha. Waombea hao walioko mamlakani wasarende mapema ikiwa this is what they are doing, kusarenda mipaka yetu, sovereignty yetu na kuharibu jina la nchi ya Kenya.
Wakisema kwamba Jubaland forces awako Mandera. And some Mandera people pia wamesema kwamba there's no Jubaland forces. But now, here's the twist. You see, scale video.
An interesting thing is also Mandera, of course, today we are in a bit of trouble. Mandera is occupied by foreign forces. Some time back, Jubaland forces came and settled in Mandera when I was a senator. We made a lot of noise about it. At that time, that is when the government of Formaggio was in power, the other side. In fact, the Jubaland guys, with the help of our forces, and it's unfortunate. And I see my friend, my former colleague, Murkomen, denying that there is no forces in Mandera. They are there in Mandera. I challenge the sitting members of parliament and I challenge the governor who are there to take the press, international press there, to verify that for themselves. But we cannot tolerate, we cannot accept our territorial integrity to be, violated by forces that we don't know what they are. Somalia is our neighbor, Somalia is our friend, these are our people. They should go and fight there. They should not fight in Mandera.
Yes, it's just saying that Jubaland wako Mandera, and in fact, they've been there for a long time. And the fact that Murkomen is refusing, Ama is not accepting this fact, makes them angry because they're the ones who are suffering in Mandera. And now, you see, initially, there was a report that Jubaland forces had occupied BP1 primary school. But later on, it came out that hawakuwa pale because we saw in news, wanafunzi wakiendelea. But it is possible also, these people might have been warned by the government. Wakaambiwa, kimeumana, tokeni hapo, mwende mahali pengi. It's very possible. Because I don't believe Mandela people can just, wake up one morning, then, they start demonstrating all over, demanding the removal of Jubaland forces, yet they have not seen them.
Lafu, kazi ya NIS kwa nchini gani? NIS wako na kierere ya kujua mali Sophie anaishi, mali Ndiangui anaishi, mali Mwabili huko. Lakini hawana kierere ya kujua that Kenya kuna Jubaland forces. Murkomen, tupima sana. Umetupima ukatuambia ati you guys have no idea ati Jubaland wako Kenya. Murkomen, you must go. Adendwale, you must go. You guys are taking us for fools. Jubaland forces needs to be taken out of Kenya because you know what the government plan is? To take us into war, to ensure that they push the elections, to ensure there are no elections in Kenya.
And what makes me believe that there's an issue here is this video. Yes, this is Jubaland army, whatever. And in fact, they're saying that kwa border ya Kenya na Somalia. In fact, they're saying that they're not in Kenya, in Mandera, let me put it that way. But now, if at all these people were not in Mandera, I think I'll go time to a video. Because if you're not in Mandera, you're not in Kenya, let's say, put it that way. Where do you get the time to actually explain to Kenyans that you guys are not in Mandera? Wangeassume, in fact, I don't want but see, the fact that they released the video shows that indeed they are maybe afraid, or they were ordered by Kenyan government to actually release a video so that they can maybe hoodwink Kenyans that are watu kwa border. And Kalonzo Musyoka can blessing skiza. Yeah, Kalonzo is very sure that Jubaland forces have occupied Mandera. Even Wamalwa anasema, yes, they are sure that Jubaland forces are Mandera, and Ruto is just trying to, stop this matter, ama kuifanya kwamba hawako Mandera, because he knows that if at all itakuduliwa kwamba watu Mandera, it will give him issues with Kenyans. And don't forget, the person who initially came up with these allegations, a one man called Gachagua was here.
William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why.
Yes, Gachagua said clearly that Jubaland forces wako Mandera. In fact, Gachagua even went a step further, saying that Al-Shabaab pia wako Mandera. Now you see how this matter is becoming serious and serious. In fact, the more we ignore it, the more it becomes very, very serious. And of course, Kenyans, including myself, I don't know what to believe. Maybe you have to comment then tell me what to believe. Because the government is denying. On the other side, we are seeing Mandera residents, protesting, telling Kenyans that they are in danger. So, if at all it is true, then I think it is so unfortunate that the government is actually refusing to accept the fact that Jubaland forces have occupied Mandera. And kama hawataangalia vizuri, these forces will actually occupy even other counties like Marsabit, Isiolo, Garissa, you see? And before you know it, Kenya will belong to Somalia. That's how it is. Now, of course, I know someone would like to ask me, like, what does Kenya benefit out of all this? It is believed that Jubaland forces was actually formed by Kenya itself, as in Kenya government helped it formed. Okay, the issue was it was formed to actually help Kenya fight Al-Shabaab. That's what I heard somewhere. I don't know. Yes, it was formed to help Kenya fight Al-Shabaab. So is it true? If it is true, I don't know about that. But the fact that Kenya is actually shielding these forces shows that indeed there is strong benefit Kenya is having. And again, some other lady came up with this accusation akisema kwamba Jubaland forces wako involved na sijui mambo na sijui human trafficking, sijui mambo na biashara askari, sijui nini, some shocking accusations, of course ana proof na hiyo. And of course he's saying that the president is doing this business with them. Of course Gachagua pia alisema kwamba the president is meeting Somali in Mandera, and of course he's doing some business with them. So this is leaving Kenyans with confusion. Like, how is it now? Like, are these people in Kenya? And what is the stake here? Like, Mandera people, are they at risk? Because when you have forces from a neighboring country, na unaua watu in your county, that's so chaotic. And now, people are really sure. In fact, Mandera people are saying that the government is trying to, to lie to Kenyans, yet these people are actually in Kenya. Even wanasema. And now this matter is even going the USA way. Now America is even refusing to help Kenya in Haiti. America is even refusing to donate funds to Kenya because of these issues. Now tell me, do you really believe that Jubaland forces wako Kenya? I do think that kama wako Kenya, do you really think that they're harming Kenyans who are in Mandera? Comment that, of course, add me to the next video. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.